for some girl chat?
Always.
High five.
Absolutely.
Yes. Back with us today for her last day is the wonderful and talented Ashanti. This week really flew by.
Right?
How has it been for you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sad this is my last.
I know.
I've been
There's
having so much fun with you guys. Again, I keep saying just the energy. It means so much. You know, with women, you never know what it's gonna be like, and you guys are just so warm and welcoming. So I'm so happy.
Thank you so
We
much.
had a great time with you, girl.
Yes.
You're cool.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back.
Well, today is also Veterans Day. Our entire audience is made up of members of the United States Armed Forces and their families.
Yes.
We are so honored to have you here, and thank you so much for what you all do. Today, we honor all the brave men and women who have served and are still serving in the United States Armed Forces, both here and abroad. Because of your protection, we are able to enjoy the freedoms of our beautiful country.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, you know, we also have to give a special shout out to all the women in the military.
Yes.
Yes. We are so proud of you ladies, and we are inspired by your bravery every single day. I know for me, I never had to question if a woman could be strong, brave, or courageous because my mother, Miss Darlene Mowry, served for 13 and a half years in the Army. Wow. She actually had a lot of leadership roles. She was a drill sergeant.
Wow.
For a little bit, yes.
Oh.
She was a leadership instructor, and she also, you guys, she was the staff sergeant of her own platoon. So she told 35 to 40 men what to do.
Well, that'll do it.
And it always wasn't easy for her in the beginning. She said in the beginning, because she replaced a man.
Oh, wow.
And the men, when they saw that, you know, a woman was telling them what to do, they would show up late. On purpose.
Oh, no.
So in the beginning, they tested her, but by the end, they started to protect her.
Wow.
And that just shows you the character that my mom had. So thank you, Mama, for being such an amazing example for me and your children.
That is awesome.
This year marks 40 years since women were first accepted into elite service academies like the U.S. Naval Academy.
Wow.
40 years, everyone. That's not that long ago. My dad served in the Navy. That's how he made it to the United States, because he served and helped us fight in the war. And he told me that it kind of it made him question at the time why women weren't allowed in the military when he was serving, because his mom, who raised 10 children, ran the household. His father got Alzheimer's at a young age, so she was running the household, working, making the deals, coming in and out of the house so that the kids could get their, school together and get their needs together. And he was like, that mixture of emotion and strength that a woman encompasses is something that was necessary in the military.
Right.
So to see that it's there today makes us feel so much better represented.
That's right.
It's necessary.
You know this because you've come over to my house and you've seen how proud my Papa Joe is of his service. He was a Marine and he fought in the Vietnam War, and he was there for 2 years in Vietnam. And my Papa Joe is so proud, and he has such a heart for Vietnam till this day. You guys have talked about it. And I just love him. He has a Purple Heart, you guys, and he's just an incredible strong man. And I don't think we realize the strength it takes to actually go to war.
Oh,
and
my
how
goodness.
courageous it is. The time you spend away from your family. And to be quite honest, the things you see over there, you come back, different. Definitely
Well, this is the first time this year that all combat positions have been open to any female who qualifies.
That's amazing.
2016.
That's
amazing. And women, we can do anything.
Yes,
okay?
we can.
We multitask
Yes,
too.
we can.
So I don't know what took them so long.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't know what took them so long. I have a cousin who just retired from the military. Her and her husband. Her husband is still in the military, but Trina, she actually retired. And I'm gonna tell you something about military people. They're some good folks.
Yes, they
Y'all
are.
some good
Yes,
people.
they are.
Y'all disciplined. Y'all pay y'all taxes.
Selfless.
It's like y'all selfless.
Selfless.
You know, it's just, that's why whenever, like, when I was doing, like, you know, military shows,
Yes.
that's the only time I would, like, hook up with a dude. Like,
Wait, what?
no, because a military man is responsible. You see what I'm saying?
You cute in
know
that
what I'm
uniform too, Loni.
I had a lot of military men in my family as well. My grandfather, who's actually one of my best friends, my grandfather was in the Air Force. He fought in the Korean War.
Wow.
My uncle was in Navy. I have 2 cousins, so our family definitely, you know, fought for the country. So I think it's really good,
Exactly.
you know, that we kind of share that and lift them up.
You know what I love? Whenever I'm out and about, especially at airports, especially in Colorado, because I fly in there a lot because Freddie lives there half the time, and I run into suited military uniformed individuals, I always walk up to them and I just say, thank you.
Yes.
And the response back always is this humble, gracious, you're welcome. And it just brings me this weird connection with immediately our country because they're on the front line. They're out there in the forefront serving for us. And so I thank you guys, and I can't wait to see more of you guys in person.
Fighting for our freedom on a daily basis.
Every day.
Okay, well, it goes without saying that one of the hardest parts of having a family member deployed is dealing with them being far away. Tam, you had to move so much too with your family. Luckily, whether it's you or a loved one who's serving far from home, there are a lot of ways to make sure that you stay in close contact during the time away. How would you ladies feel if you had to spend so much time apart from someone you loved?
I mean, I can remember growing up and my mom and dad, they would have to take turns being deployed. So basically that means leaving your state, and my mom describes it as a way to play war. So they would have practice, you know, wartime. And she would go away for like 30 days at one point. We didn't have social media. So I can remember we would send her...
Or emails. Did you have emails at the time?
No,
Right?
no. I was 11 at this time. So she would just call us a lot, or we would call her, and care packages. You guys know what those are? Yeah. We would just...
What would you put in your care package for Mama Darlene?
Just food and then pictures,
Oh, yeah.
mostly, you know. But so it's really cool that nowadays you have FaceTime, you have Twitter,
Skype,
Tango,
Skype,
WhatsApp, everything.
But you know what? I think because a lot of places, like when you go overseas, they don't have all of that.
Yeah.
They don't have the technology. So the good old-fashioned way is a letter, okay?
That's true. We
You
throw
know,
letters, too.
It's still, people want to hear from
A
their loved
handwritten
ones.
letter. Yeah, when my cousin actually was in Iraq serving. Hey, Claudette. I have a cousin named Claudette, too, and not just my sister. But I would write her letters, and she, when she came back home, she said that got her through so much. You know, just receiving letters from the family, knowing that we were thinking about her, praying for her, sending her funny, like, things that happened to us, because sometimes they feel out of the loop. Like, you know, I don't know what's going on back home, so I would write her, like, funny things that are going on, who I was dating, what was going on, and keeping them up to date. They just want to feel...
Like they still part of your life.
Yeah.
And when you send those letters, be sure to have the correct address before you send any physical mail. You know, and try not to worry if you don't get a quick response, because they are overseas. They're working, you know. And find out about the mailing restrictions before you send something to them. So use the internet for more than just email. You can post pictures to a blog. You can use the Skype if they have that, you know, so that you can see them face to face.
Yes.
It's ways to
I thank God
keep
for that.
contact.
And I thank God for technology in that way, because years ago, you guys, we couldn't, remember we would imagine what it would be like to be able to see someone's face and talk to them.
on a cell phone.
And I would dream about that. And now we actually are living in a day and age where that's real life. And that's so awesome, especially for families and parents to see their children and first steps and, oh my God,
My younger
so
cousins
much.
serve now. Do you guys use WhatsApp at all?
I do all the time.
WhatsApp is
It's the best.
amazing
And
for
it's free.
overseas. Free, you guys. You can send as many pictures and as many videos and FaceTime as much as you want, free over Wi-Fi. So that's my favorite way to...
Oh, that's good.
I use it all the time whenever I travel overseas.
Jeannie uses WhatsApp in the United States.
Yes, because it's so quick with video and it sends so well.
Absolutely.
And
Now, don't forget birthdays or anniversaries, and be sure to put things in the mail with enough time to get them there by that date.
Yeah.
although don't worry if it's late. Sometimes people don't mind, even if it's a little late. That birthday card means a lot.
Yes,
Don't
that's
put it through.
Yeah.
Dude, it means a lot, man. Communication Communication is everything.
Well, from staying in touch to being a little out of touch, to all the veterans out there, even though our intentions are in the right place, I know some of us civilians get on y'all nerves. We end up saying the wrong things to you sometimes. So to help all of our civilian friends who are watching, we're going to give you the top things not to say to a veteran.
Yes, great.
Have a little respect.
Yes.
Put some respect on the
All
name.
right, here we go. We about
Go
to get
for it.
real up in here.
Focus.
Get your pen and
First
paper.
up, okay? You said it first, Jeannie, but this is something else you got to add that you don't say, okay? First up, thank you for your service, but I don't know why we should have been there in the first place. Don't say that.
Please
Feel
don't
free.
say
You
that.
guys,
rude.
has that happened to you? Has somebody said that to you?
Anybody?
No
Yeah.
way.
She shake
Yes?
her head, yes.
In the blue, this young, right in front of you, Sonia. No way. Wait.
How do
tell
you
us what
respond
happened?
to
What
that?
happened?
You just try to keep your head down and say thank you anyway, and just keep moving on. Don't let it get to
See,
you.
he's polite. He's
You
polite.
guys, realistically, that is such a backhanded comment.
Right.
It's like, thank you so much for going there, even though I didn't agree what you were doing. Like, what
Don't
is the
nobody
point
need
of
to hear
that?
your political views right now.
Exactly.
Somebody put
Right.
their life on the line for you. Just say thank you. That's all you got to do.
Leave it alone.
First thing.
Cut it off.
Second, all right, on our things never to say, we have, how did your husband or boyfriend feel about you being around all those men?
Oh, good.
Has anybody ever gotten that?
Oh my gosh. As
Like-
if they don't have enough stress to worry about. Why would you pry into someone's personal? You never know what someone's going through at
Let it
home.
know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So why open that can of worms
Yeah.
when they're putting their lives on the line for it?
Yes.
I don't
Exactly.
understand that.
Yeah, and what if that really
Exactly.
is an issue? Now you just brought up something that they may not want to even think about.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's hard
So
enough
that-
being away, so you know it's like you don't want anybody thinking anything that somebody
Yeah.
might have been fooling
Right.
around or
Yeah.
something like that. Just
Anything.
don't
Don't
ask
plant
questions
foul
like
seeds,
that.
people.
Exactly.
Yes, and also, they have to know that freedom is not free.
Let 'em
These people
know.
are
Right.
fighting for us. So respect. Respect
Like
the
that.
soldier.
Freedom is not
It's
free.
not. And finally, you're a mother, wife. How could you leave your family while you were deployed?
Oh.
Have you guys done
annoying.
that? Ladies?
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Really? How did that, what happened?
So my husband is active duty Marine Corps as well. He's just not in his uniform. But we were deployed to Iraq in 2007, and we were
Okay.
deployed together. We went at the same time. But our oldest daughter, she was home. And we've gotten that, you know, a lot of people, oh, how did you guys get deployed together? We just worked it out, like you said, where we didn't want to miss a whole entire year.
Right.
So we just went 6 months together at the same time to knock it out. But it was something that we talked with our daughter. She was very young at the time, so we kind of spoiled her with just materialistic things.
That's right.
That's honest. No child is going to deny that.
I mean, but just to ask that, you
Yeah,
know,
who
just to
says
say
that?
that, how could you leave Europe? Because they're doing something for the country.
Right.
You want to encourage people. We don't want to, you know, make them feel bad.
And they could be saving their own family. You know what
Yes.
I mean? You never know. That could be something helping the family to come together and,
Yes.
you know, survive.
They could be saving their own kid from possibly not having freedom.
Exactly.
Like, they actually are doing this not just for your children, but their children as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have to realize that the parents are already going through so many emotions,
For sure.
leaving their children. So the last thing they need to hear is that.
That is their personal business. Do not say or anything. You know, just say thank you for your service.
for your
Thank
service.
you
That
for your
works.
service.
Don't be
Stick with
ratchet.
I genuinely mean it too.
But at the same time, Loni, that is so true because a lot of young people only believe what they see on TV and in
Right.
movies, so they don't really understand the full service that's happening behind serving, right? So friends like my friend Karen Sokol, she has a blog where she talks about her entire experience serving and what the relationships are like and what her duties are and what people are doing to put themselves out on the line. So sometimes reading those blogs, you guys getting connected, sit down and take a veteran out to lunch and just understand a little bit more first-handedly, so you're not just believing what you watch on screen.
Right.
Right,
No.
exactly.
You're not watching blockbuster movies about war.
Yeah, because this show ain't the movies. I'll tell you that. Y'all can attest to that. War is not what you see in the movies where everybody still look cute. That's not it. All right.